starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Let's get started today. Please get a tablet, a pen. See, what we want to do is hold your hand, get you through the process, do most of the work for you, show you what needs to be done. I know you want the $1 million dream. Everybody does. You willing to do the work? You willing to let me show you how? But again, that's going to be up to you. My name is Ray, last name is Reynolds, like it says on the screen. Godfather Credit, I got that nickname years ago. Kind of fun. Been helping consumers just like you for 44 years. Now, you can find me live 6 days a week. All right, I'm always there to answer a question, help you get through the process, and teach you what needs to be done. Now, you can't take pictures, you can't record. I want you to put it here. Next thing I want you to think about is 6 days a week, you can have a place to go to. All right, basically to kind of text, ask a question here and two, and learn the rules and tools. Now remember, on Wednesday I got classes, on Saturday all day. I have 10 classes every Saturday. All right, helping people how to get to the American dream. See, I think what we teach and preach about, we want to put back into schools, like Harold Stokes and I wanted 2 years ago when we started the Ray Reynolds University. See, everybody needs to know about personal and business credit, how to play the game, how to win. Get your tablet and pen, let's begin. Goal is simple. Draw the diagram in front of you. The diagram in front of you gives the ability to think, how do I make sure I don't bring the pain home? How come rich and famous people, they file bankruptcy in certain pieces, but they don't bring the pain home? How do they do that? All I know is I looked behind the curtain as a kid. I had no choice. I didn't like stealing. At 3, eating out of a trash can, I thought it sucked. So let's write down corporation. Let's write down division, subsidiary. You see, your banks and grocery stores do this in your face. And I don't think you ever paid attention. I think you watch it pass you by. The reality is you have to learn to understand why, how you get to play. Sam's Club too, Geico, cities. 11 cities file bankruptcy. How's that possible? They're part of the system. But again, they're still in business. I believe most of you, you've brought the pain home in the past. So number one, first thing is stop bringing the pain home. Number two, learn to be a qualified CFO, a qualified CFO. Next thing, you got to realize, program your brain into millionaire, into millionaire. Ultimate goal, we have to start based on the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. You see, back when you learned about Constitution, all right, did you learn about constitutional law and what you're allowed to do? You see, a corporation for 153 years has been a legal person. A legal person. It has more rights than you and me, even though we're we the people. So the bottom line for this week, the thought of the week is simple. It's not too late. Look at where you're at today. Look at your past. All right, all the mistakes we all make and things that we do, silly things as well. Listening to friends and family, some of them ripped you off. All right, got knocked down too. Then you spent thousands on something that didn't work, and now you're stuck with me. What a concept. But I'll hold your hand every step of the way. And if you allow me, I'll do most of the work for you. So your future starts today. Ultimately, go get the ugliest calendar you can and put it in your living room. I want someone in your family to complain it's there. I want them to remind you about your goal you have every day. You see, it's like rebuilding you. It's not easy. Oh my goodness, what a pain in the ass that's. You've all listened to your friends, your family, the bank, the candlestick maker, and all the blah, blah, blah. I'm the one who trained Ken Yarborough years ago, security chief at TOW Experian. There's only 5 basic things. That's all you got to do. Getting you to a 750 score. That way I can make you a certified CFO. Why don't you inventory your life today? Walk around the house. All right, look at the house. So you got one? Is it in a trust? If it's not, when they sue you, they take it away. If you die, it's stuck into probate. By the way, that's called stupid. Anybody who hasn't had their house in a trust, they're walking around like it's going to blow up in their face. You don't have a house, we're going to teach you how to play that game too. The ultimate goal, car. You actually have a car registered to you? You just have these people, all these doctors and lawyers and CPAs get indicted in Los Angeles for bumpity bumps. I think a division will protect you and your family for the corporation having a company car, but it's up to you. The insurance, you have term life and whole life? I hope so, because we got a plan to die. The reality is we don't want our family to have to downsize when we're gone. Income, paycheck, investment, making $1 million bucks, no problem. I made my first million at 14 and a half. Corporation divisions, corporate credit up to 100,000 plus per division. That'd be kind of fun. The next thing is planning on that business trip around the world. Ultimate goal, never bring the pain home. Pretty simple to do. Bottom line is your problem probably reaching your goal is probably you, the lack of knowledge. You see, what you got to realize is I'm an expert in what I do. I've been known as the Godfather of credit for 44 years, building billions of dollars of credit for consumers and corporations and rich and famous people. So based on structure, you probably have a corporation, half of you. Goody for you. Then you call here and I go, you got a corp? No, I got an LLC. Then I go, don't you realize that stands for Limited Liability Corporation? And then I got to teach them what they pay thousands of dollars for. The reality is if the corporation is sued, they sue you. That's not good. Basically, you might want to think about buying things at wholesale price and basically having division subsidiaries. See, the key to millionaire is do about 3 to 5 things in business. So you get the millionaire to the billionaire. But again, you got to stop bringing the pain home. My legacy is simple. I don't want to leave anything above $1 million to my family. All right. I think I'm pretty smart. They tested me at T-Weekle Junior High and found out my IQ was 203 at the time. With total recall, most things, and I talk with both hands and talk at the same time. They thought it was kind of weird. It's okay. I thought the teacher was just not very bright. So me, $1 million or less into the irrevocable trust makes sense. But anything to my family above that, no. You see, millions to billions, all right, to people, no way. See, that's a setup for taxes. I'm going to work my tail off, pay my taxes on everything I do everything right, leave it to my kids, and they have to pay tax on what I left them? Are you freaking kidding me? I think that's kind of dumb. But what can I say? You can learn to play if you want to. You can become that CFO. What a concept. You see, I want my children to do one thing for me. They're officers of the corporation. I won't, listen carefully. I'm not leaving them the corporation because that's like ownership in stock. I'm not basically transferring ownership at all. The bottom line is they're the officers list. And they get to control everything that I ever had because I don't have anything. It all belongs to the corporation. You see, I want them to basically be the puppet master. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? You see, it's like these people here, they didn't listen to me. Ultimate goal, 100 billion art collection to the country, 10.8 billion to inheritance tax. Son lies, goes to prison and died for 5 years. Sorry, the old man passed away, God rest your soul. He was worth 26 trillion. And he's still not the richest guy on the planet at the time. Carl here is great. You see, every time he makes a lot of money, he makes sure he has a line of credit. With Bank of America, like $1.2 million. No, it says $1 billion, 1.2 billion, because he brings in over almost $1 billion a year. Debt offsets taxes. So they say on the news and the newspapers that borrowed money is not taxable. Is that true? It must be. You see, there's 1,000 steps. You can't even mess them up. But the bottom line is up to you. You see, you try for years and years to try to figure it out. And it's a guessing game. My brother said this, my cousin said this, the banker said this, the credit bureau. I stopped the crap. There's only 5 ways to get to a 750 score. Now, why don't you invite your friends and family to get to know me too? Ultimate goal, I want to give you back 100% of your money. That's right. Whatever program you get into, I always want to give you bonus cash credit up to times 10. Personal business. You see, I want you to remember who changed your life. God. He gave me the ability to show you how to play. The ultimate goal, rich and famous people, they're fun. They listen better than most people do. From there, people coming out of prison. When Ricky Ross, this is free Ray, Ricky Ross came out of federal prison. A lot of the people we know them safe because we were born in the same area. Simple. It's where even his relatives were my clients. He got out of prison, showed up to my office with a group of people. Ray, what can you do for me too? Here's $4 million. After that, less than 6 months. But don't screw it up. 26 years, Thomas was in prison. Then 5 months, enough money to get his business going. Millions a year. See, everybody seems to have the same thing in common. They're stuck, they screwed up, they got ripped off, and they basically don't know how to play. But again, let me show you what I want you to do today. Is that okay? So you have that kitchen table meeting with your family. You sit down, hey, let's start a business. It's got a good idea. Everybody's excited. Wow. Then they look at each other. We're going to get the money, honey. Why don't we hawk the house, jack up our credit cards, and let's screw it up and bring the pain home? Well, that's what most of you did. Sorry. I mean, it's just the truth. It will set you free. Now, let's knock off the crap you did, okay? Let's rebuild you. Right down to today's date. I look at timelines in everything that I do. There's a list for everything I do. It has to be organized 100%. So if I look at today's date and I project about 90 working days, that's around February 6, 2023. Just some more goodies I obtained too. So I'm going to tell you what to do, but if you don't follow through, that's on you. Now understand something. Time to me scares me. Why does it scare me? Because I always feel like I'm running out of time. So I don't let anything waste. I want to make sure we know how to play. The ultimate goal is like, here, I'm 4 o'clock in the morning at this office every day. Boom, ready to go. But I'm up at 2:25 every morning since I was about 2.5 years old. I look at third quarter is ending, scares me. Fourth quarter begins. Countdown. I want things set up that say 2022. When I go to the bank, they always ask one question. Have you been the owner of the corporation or the divisions, all right, since last year and this year? The answer should be true, should be yes. So right now we have 96 days left of the whole year, minus weekends and holidays, we got 70 working days. Again, we're running out of time. Now, what I'd like to do is get you all to listen. I'd like you to get the credit cards, corporation ones, gold and platinum ones. You see, what happens with the corporate credit cards are simple. We get to write off the interest rate in the credit card. To me, it's free money. All I can do is maintain a little payment. And then I want to get some checkbook money. The bank's got the money. I want to get a checkbook. I want them to give me up to 150,000 per entity. That's what I want. Now, there should be a goal between now and next year. But again, it's not easy. It's kind of a pain in the ass at. You see, rebuilding people, getting them to listen because they know everything. That's why they're not to millionaire status, which means they don't know diddly squat. But again, they know a couple things. So we all got a sad story to tell. Nobody cares. Nobody cares I was born in a taxi, eating in a trash can at 3, Mrs. abused and abusing me, being in a coma, crippled for life, and Jesus said get up at 5.5, and I died in the last coma in 2009. So let's look. We're millions and billions, oh goody, helping people 6 days a week. At the Bonaventure, 32 years every Wednesday night. We took out one of the yachts in the backyard. The wife wanted to take people from the school and the church. No problem. Come on. Let's get in and watch the fireworks. Hear me the next day. I didn't know the hospital took pictures until they offered when I was being checked out when I lived. You see, I got to die too. So I did hear someone trick my wife to sign a POA. I did hear someone ask my wife if she's a donor. If I'm a donor, they're going to rip out my heart and I give it back. What if I woke up when they're taking it out? Ah! We hear these stories all the time. Jesus gave me a choice, stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. All I can figure out is he wanted me to lose it in front of the world, which I did, and being homeless again, which I was, and rebuilding me again and again, getting about $1 million in about 6 weeks. You see, I don't stay down. Now, you stay down because you don't know how to play. Why don't you get up an hour earlier every day starting tomorrow? Find some of that me time. Next thing we got to think about is this. You're not your surroundings. I want you to write down, see it, believe it, go get it. Because that's all you have to do. Okay, see it, believe it, go get it. It works for me since I was 4. Ultimate goal, reprogram you into millionaire. So let's talk about this. All right, most people, sorry, that I watch on social media, Facebook and blah, 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 they rent their stuff for their little, whatever conversation they want to have. But then it's all pre-recorded. Then whatever they rented went back to the renting company. I just caught 5 of the top people in the world. I traced their license plates and those cars aren't even theirs. What a bunch of crap. But then on the TV, it said that 96% of everybody doing social whatever, all right, exaggerating, they're full of crap. They said they lie. I just add the word crap there. So let's get past go. Let's show you some real goodies. The Lamborghini collection, the Duffys, the mansions. Hey, how about I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981, proving a white man do jump and stupid people say we don't. How about we basically have some fun and look at the race boats in the backyard that say the Ray Reynolds University too? How about helicopter, U-Dog, yachts? How about some Ferraris too? The bottom line is, me, I'm factually verifiable. I'm going to tell it like it is. And sometimes I'm kind of blunt, so forgive me. Don't ever take it personally when I tell you to get off your asset and go do it. No excuses. Ray's rules. It's very simple. See, we can stop bringing the pain home. We can literally become a certified CFO, and we can reprogram ourselves into millionaire status. Don't forget the rules about rebuilding you. There's 5 basic rules we get to play. And here's a couple for you today. Just think about it. I think everyone needs to be inventoried. I'd love to spend an hour with each one of you, dissecting the things you're doing, what you want to do, and all other things, because I got to put them on check. Because I think the way you're doing it's kind of wrong, sorry to say. Now, if you want to rebuild your credit, Google Section 611. It'll give you a guideline to help you try. But then you're going to fall down, sorry to say, because there's a lot to it. Now, credit repair companies, they're fraud. I didn't say it. The Federal Trade Commission says it every day. So credit rebuilding works as long as you let the Godfather credit, which is me, put you in classes and we work together. Is that okay? And we'll sing Kumbaya. So the bottom line is this: credit repair, fraud, credit rebuilding works. The only reason credit rebuilding works is you're part of the program. See, most people get in this credit repair crap, 100 plus a month, they think they're going to wipe out all their problems. You can't hide under the blankie about your debt. You might have to negotiate a debt or two. Is that okay? But you're going to be part of the program. That's why it works. So 25 steps today, no problem. Number 1, let's get the credit reports for free. AnnualCreditReport.com. Next, let's look at our Social Security card. Can you pull it out of your personal wallet, please? Line 1 says name to be shown on card. Full name other than at birth. Other names you want to use. You see, if you knew how to play the game, you wouldn't bring the pain home in the first place. So let's look at that Social Security card and let's read it front and back today. And understand you got an SSN because they told you to as a teenager, or mommy did it when she had you at the hospital. It depends if Nixon already took the gold standard out. Social Security number equals SSN equals 1040. And then you use it for credit purposes for some reason, because we're forced to. We don't know any better. The next thing we have to think about is, what does it say on the card when we read it front and back? Do not laminate. Don't use for ID purposes. Don't carry with you. Oops. All right. Property of such administration, not you. A government agency, IRS. So we all get an SSN to get a tax return called 1040. And then they get to track us since the day until the day we're dead. Step number 2. If we read the card front and back, we learn how to play. Now, understand, years ago when you got your first paycheck, here's the thing. You looked at your check and you were furious. Where's my money? Well, the reality is they get their cut before you get the leftover. We all work for the IRS. Don't you know that? So they get their money. We get the leftover. Nothing's taxable, but maybe a house, and we're supposed to survive and try to start a business. Why don't you tie my hands and legs and throw me in the ocean and call me Bob? All right, come on, give me a break. But again, we're all a bunch of sheep and a bunch of ducks. You all forgot one thing. The 14th Amendment of the Constitution. The problem, most of you, sorry, you're not willing to fight for what you want. Some of you are. All right, there's a select few. 97% of all consumers end up dead or dead broke at 65 and only have, what, 3% have a pot to what? And the 1%ers, that's crap. I think we should reverse the numbers. But then you'd have to use the 14th Amendment of the Constitution to understand an SS4, tax ID, learning how to play, ultimate goal. Ray Reynolds, the Credit Hour, how can I help you? Yeah, I know. Well, like I told you, okay, you went to the bank and you basically did one thing. You scared the blank out of the person trying to open the accounts for you. I fought the banks 29 years ago about the divisions adding to the same bank account. So again, maybe you do 3. I had basically Michael yesterday. They only would allow him to put 3 on a division on the bank account for the corporation. I said, wait a week or 2, then add 3. Do it slowly. Okay, don't surprise them. Okay. All right. So what else can I do for you? You want to get the divisions? So get more. It's never going to hurt you to get more. It's only going to hurt you when you get less. All right. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. So a statement of guarantee. I will guarantee 100% what I can do for you. But you have to guarantee yourself you're going to do what I ask you to do and follow through. You have to be part of the program. That's the only way it works. If you don't follow through, that's on you. Do you understand this? I can get you to millionaire. I'll guarantee that too. But you got to understand, during the way, you might screw up a couple times. That's okay. We'll get you through it. You see, during the process, don't violate for credit. In other words, don't apply, don't jack it up, don't screw it up. Now, this side's going to change for us. That means very simple. If you have a debt, past cannot change future. You might have to negotiate a debt or 2. You might have to put them in small claims. We'll help you basically do the process to rebuild it, but you might have to do part on you. Next thing, you got an IRS problem. Right? Go to irs.gov, download a form called 656 of 433A and B, offering compromise, step 3. You see, there's a solution for everything, I believe. So rapid rescore and rapid refresh, created both of them 38 years ago. Rapid refresh, listen carefully, people get this wrong. I got a client a week ago, I did this and I listened to you, but it worked. I said, I just want to say, you dummy, you didn't listen to what I said. Rapid blocks crap, which you got 3 collection craps, pushes scores up, creates green lights. You got the green lights now? You got the card I got you? Yeah! I know you did it all yourself. All right? Oh, Neil, but you taught me how to pay it down. So much crap you got to deal with when you're trying to change the world. 750 score, that's what I want to get you. Is that okay? All right? So from there, we have to look at other people. It's an example. She was told by her banker and her attorney to use half her credit cards. That means she's at a 651 for 4 years. She has no green lights on the bottom. You see that? Rapid refresh. Now, it only got her 132 points. Remember here, score went up. What happened? Score went up. What happened? Green lights. I get people that have 800s that can't get credit. Oh, I'm sorry. They got their first Premier, the worst card on the planet. They got care credit too. Bottom line is they don't have the right cards. Collection accounts, bankruptcy, told they can't get credit for 10 years, not true, got them credit for him and the husband and wife right away. So the goal is simple. 11 collection. Now here's like something. All screwed up everywhere across the board, late on the car payment. They need some help. What if we can get them $3,000? And that's what we did as I started negotiating the debt and build them up and away. Again, 750 score is not hard to do as long as you're part of the program. That's what you have to understand. You have to be part of the program. You're going to have to follow through. That means you are going to be responsible for you. Because if you're not responsible for you, what good am I doing? We're wasting each other's time. But if you're part of the program, I can rebuild you. Now, I will assign you to a specialist, 800-510-3338. That way they can track you and what needs to be done. Customer service and everything else, get you to the program and always get you to my classes. 750. So here's how it works. We're going to dissect your credit reports when you get us the report number. We're also going to make sure we get a credit karma because they're free for both of us. On top of that, we're going to do a rapid refresh. And we're going to put you in classes on Saturday. There's 3 of them I want you to go to all the time. Then I'm going to guarantee you a 750 score. Now I will charge you $999, $1,000. All right. Average credit repair flaky companies running people $2,200. But again, I want to discount that price on top of that too. I'm going to get you a $500 credit card. During the broadcast, I'm going to cut the price in half, which means for $499, we're going to rebuild your credit rapid rescore. All right, rapid rescore by itself is $500. So my goal is to get you past go. From there, I need you to take a picture of Zelle bank transfer deposit. Online, I only accept Zelle for one reason. It's now. I don't want your hacked credit card, sorry. So the goal is simple. I am the recipient, Ray Reynolds, ray@raisecredit.com. If your specialist does not reach out to you week by week, a couple weeks at a time, call them up, put them in check, please. Always make sure they're in check for you. Now, if you want to give us referrals, real people giving referrals, not, the little carrot. Ray, if you do this, do that, I'll get you somewhere. It's like, every time I hear that, I just want to just scratch the chalkboard. I've got thousands, 4,000 videos. I got 16,000 letters in 44 years. I'll be your best testament. I already have all those. So just do referrals because you want to make 10%. Don't try to get us to chase our tail because that makes no sense. Now, Billy, he's a real dude. Billy put flyers in cars and he went to dealerships and everything else. He was passing them out. He didn't want the money. He just wanted me to build him credit, and I did that over $1 million. If you don't know what to do when I start building your corporate credit, maybe you do a hedge fund. Not start one, invest in one. Let them do the work for you. Again, be an investor 16 different ways. Now, here's one of the assignments you need to do. Write down a phone number, 888-567-8688. You see, you're on the national mailing list because you're a voter. You have a corporation. You got a cable bill. I'd like you to opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. Step number 4, please. Now, I need you to plan the problem. Seriously. Look around in your life. Has a friend or family member ripped you off and knocked you down? I've heard it for 44 years. Have you spent thousands on crap that didn't work, and you don't have the person talking to you that got you in the program, like me, from the horse's mouth versus the horse's you know what? You've been burned many times. You're stuck with me, all right, up to 6 days a week. So we're going to talk about safety credit. This is where you can't screw it up. Listen, people. Listen, Mr. Jones, because this is what you did. You screwed it up again and again. And you wonder, why me? Why me? Well, the reality is when you screw it up, it's on you. See, I designed something years ago for Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW and Experian. They put it on the dashboards and all the other bureaus followed, okay? So let's understand, every credit card you got in your purse or wallet needs a sticky. You put the limit, you maintain 25% always, and you never go past, all right, 29%. That gives you the line of defense. So let's write down a line of defense. I want you to protect you and your family. And then when you get, I gotta use I stop the crap. You have to use nothing until you learn how to play. And if you're gonna use something, it should be corporate credit because you get to write it all off. Again, this is the dashboards, all of them. 0 to 29% is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Sticky behind the card gives you the discipline you've been lacking all along. Step 5. Next, when you have a problem, emergency, you lose your job, what happens? Everybody does? Simple. They run out of time, they run out of money, then they go check up their personal credit cards. I'm sorry. That is the stupidest thing people could do. The solution is divisions, subsidiaries. Write down divisions, subsidiaries. You didn't create a line of defense. You allowed yourself to be one SSN in a duck. You didn't look behind the curtain. That's on you. But I'll teach you exactly what I'm talking about today. You need $5,000 now? Good for you. Go ask your friends, your family, and the bank. They're all going to say no. Here's a $5,000 card in my hand. If I max this out today, it's $50 a month. Safety credit. The average person wastes $50 every other day. Probably you. The bottom line is you can learn to play. From there, they say you waste $140 a week. If I max out a $50,000 card, the payment is $612.26. That means during a pandemic, using some common sense, I can buy 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-through. Step number 6. So again, now here's another thing I get so frustrated in watching people do. God made us one. Your credit reports are separate. Anybody who has a house, a loan in both names, I'm sorry, that's called stupidity. He screws up, she screws up, she screws up, he screws up. A car? Hell, it shouldn't even be in your damn name. all the bumpity bumps, but that's up to you. Never, never, never have joint credit, period. Because that's called stupidity, and you're not stupid. Okay? Sometimes people just do stupid things. So you want to reach your goals, you got to believe in yourself. Me, I'm going to believe in God, and I'm going to believe in me. When I kick the floor jam at 10, then I kick the basketball hoop, and people go, what? I like proving my point. I've been proving people wrong since the day I could walk. I learned to read at 2.5 years old. It freaked them out. So let's see if we can play. See, white men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. Bottom line, you got a choice today. Nixon took the gold standard out. What happened next? You didn't pay attention. You didn't know what it means. From there, on top of this, guess what? We're going to write down Ray's rules one more time. I want you to pay attention. I want you to think about, I'd like to get you 2 to 5 cards up to $100,000 of personal. Is that okay? Personal credit. You can't write up diddly squat, but I need you to have your safety credit in case blank hits the fan, lost a job, or pandemic. That'll give you $71,000 for safety. Then you let your credit go, and leave it alone. The problem you did, all of you, you took personal credit to finance a business. You can't write up diddly squat, and then you got stuck. Is it true, yes or no? If you would have used corporate credit and you made it, you can absorb the taxation. If you lose, you can write it off that you lost and write it off in the corporate taxes. You see, either way you win. But using the wrong money, it always brings the pain home. The reality is going to be up to you. See, I want you to have your cake and eat it too. I want you to learn to play Ray's rules way. And that's step number 7 today. Becoming a certified CFO. All right? You're going to work your tail off for this if you want it bad enough, because you don't want to bring the pain home. Come on, July, look at what happened. Millions and billions, nobody gave a damn. We took people on one of my 3 yachts in my backyard. Where's yours? Google the address. H1N1, I got to die and come back and help you? Your choice is simple. Don't you realize the devil's trying to pull us all down? He's trying to hold you back. He screws with us every day. But it's up to you. God's delays are not God's denials. When I was being used and abused at 7.5 years old, listening to the poker game at Mrs. Hope's house, all right, I heard a corporation's a legal person. It's right there. I went to the library at 7.5. I asked for a book. She gave me a book. She was not very nice at all. Then I realized one thing. I have to create my own rules and tools because no one created it. I didn't realize I'd be the one creating the blueprint for you. But I went back for 2 years. When I was 9.5 years old, I sent away my money order, Secretary of State of California. Then I found out corporations are free. You just pay a little filing fee. And people are spending thousands for a piece of paper, not learning diddly squat. I did get thousands of dollars of credit in the mail, over 100,000. And then I got named in the movie Dave. You see, here's what happens. Let's watch. Pay attention. You and I were sheep. We're told to get an SSN for the job, or mommy did it. We basically, the SSN creates the 1040 tax return. Next, a corporation has an SS4. Okay, that's okay. Well, I got one of those. Oh, if they sue your corporation, they sue you. You're still a duck. The reality is a division or subsidiary gives you the line of defense. So you have to learn how banks and grocery stores do this and play every day. Because I don't think you want to bring the pain home again. So let's look back at that SSN one more time. You ready? This is what you need to do. You didn't read it. And if you did it for yourself because they told you to as a teenager before Nixon took the gold standard out, you fill out the form, you turned it in, got an SSN, and you ran. I asked why, and I dissected before I even bothered. I want you to understand. The application for Social Security card is an SS5 form. Look in the corner. Look at it. And then the tax ID is SS4. Bottom line is, here we're taxing every dollar we bring in. Here we don't pay tax till we're profitable. We're allowed to pay the bills first. So you have to do both. You have to learn how to play and absorb the taxation at the same time and learn to win. Ray Reynolds, the Credit Hour. Yes, how can I help you? Do you have to do divisions? No. Why would you have to do divisions? Why am I saying that? You don't have to do divisions, but if you're not doing divisions, I think it's called stupid. You don't have a backup for a backup. Do you have another life in the closet? Come on, let's be honest. Do you have 3 bodies in the closet you can take out and put on? Yes or no? It's impossible. Yeah, you know it's impossible. But a division gives you the ability to try, screw it up, go get another one too. And the corporation's a management company. So then they don't go after the corp and you. So you make a decision. All right. They need to be aged at 2022, like now. But it's up to you. All right. Thank you for calling. So I look at this. All right. If I get corporate credit, I can write off the interest rate of the credit card line of credit and I can finance the business. That's the only way you're going to get the money in the first place. Go to your banker. Good. Hock your house. You can't get as much credit as I can build you anyway. But again, if we use this to finance the business, if we lose, we still write it off. If we win, we absorb the taxation. So either way, we get our cake and eat it too. But the bottom line is, why aren't you a qualified CFO? Why didn't you learn to play? All right, I had to create the strategy and the blueprint for myself. That's how I brought in millions and billions to corporate structure. But your choice is simple. Personal life should be break even. Anything above that should be corporation. Well, you have to balance the debt. It's right there again. You're always going to hear me say balancing the debt, because then I can make you a qualified CFO and you quit screwing it up. The faster we get to corporate credit, the faster you get to write this stuff off and use the right money without hurting your family. I swear I'd never bring that pain home. I'd never get married if I was going to. So reason, line 10 says banking and credit purposes. So we have the ability, SSN, SS4, work in conjunction and sing kumbaya. We can be like every rich and famous person out there today. If you learn how to play corporate credit life, because a corporation's a legal person, I like to get you 10 cards for every entity. Is that okay? So you can get well over $1 million. Well, that's the goal. And I realize one thing, corporate credit's not taxable. Hey, it's not basic legal advice or, accounting advice. It's public record. Every one of you should have been here with me a long time ago. I've been broadcasting online and in person for 44 years. It's like, where the blank have you been? You spent thousands on crap. You could have been holding hands with me and singing kumbaya. Your corporation get cash credit, every division as well. Learning to play the game to get to the $1 million dream. You've wasted so much damn time, it's ridiculous. Divisions, 89 ways to use one, not abuse it, up to $1 million of credit. Cats have 9 lives as of today, so do you. I want you to have more than one life. All right, because when you have one SSN, that's all you got. That sucks. That's the bottom line. When I build credit for my cat and Monica's cat, just to prove my point is a stunt. Inc. magazine asked me years ago, asked me flat out, what about using plastic to finance your business? And I gave them the whole interview. Simple. It's the only way you can do it and make sure you don't have the pain coming home. Banks, grocery stores, and cities do this in your face. Okay? They have the distance between the corporation. They all have a parent company. Now, I'm going to push at the end of the year, like now, divisions to be filed today, now. I'm going to push the fact, time's run out because it is. I don't control time, neither do you. Then I'm going to look at tax ID. So if you allow me to prepare your divisions, I'll send you a form. You give us 3 names, 9 names, 10 names, whatever you want. All right, we'll give it back to you. You sign them, mail it, file it, come back, give me a copy. Get tax ID, add history. You get the credit report set up for you. That way you can get cash credit and lines of credit called checkbook money, because that'll give you the ability, every division, to finance itself. Experian, Tranjo, and Equifax, corporate reports. You'll be able to track them as well. So when I do 3 divisions in a corporation, all those pieces, I charged $1,500 for 3. But towards the end of this, beginning now, 3rd quarter ending, 4th quarter beginning, I'm trying to push you to get them done now. So every card I get you for the corporation. And Mike, when I got you that green Spark card today, this morning at 4:30, and I sent you a copy, I don't want you to screw it up. Okay, I want that card, get to the dashboard, add the 25%, then you're going to get sister cards for every division like this. That way, as you pay the payment, All right, everyone's going to have its own cards. So if you have one card, you're going to get 9 sisters. If you had 3 divisions, 3 sisters, 6, 6, 9, 9. I always say between 9 and 18, but that's just me. I'm very aggressive. And when I screw up one, I got one back up and back up. Every division should have a property or a franchise. Again, when you drive through the McDonald's, it says this is owned and operated by what? Separating pieces. So you got the ability to play if you want to. So how it works today, I'm giving them away. 3 divisions, not 1,500, 500 bucks. All done the way I just explained it to you. 9 division, $9.99. It's 100 bucks a pop. It's simple. From there, if you did it today while I'm online, only online, don't try calling sales after. I turned down, I think, 18 people yesterday. They don't get it. When I say now, I mean now. I'm giving it away. I'm not paying a commission to this. It's kind of like free once you pay the fee. I'm going to give you the division subdivision workshop. This Saturday, my specialty class is division subdivisions. Okay? All right, that class is $4.99 by itself. Today, it's free, no matter if you do the 3 or the 9. If you do the 3, I want to give you the Buckets of Money book and CD. How I created the matrix up to $32 million. All right, and brought in 900,000 a week. But again, here you go. It's usually $3.99. But again, do the 3, you get the book. If you do the 9, I'm going to give you the financial series. That way, literally, you get How to Become the Bank, Buckets of Money, and Tax Balancing. Absolutely free. You save $1,000. See, I'm so motivated to get you to do this. Every card you get, you want to loan out some money too. You can turn that into making money up to $10,000 a month. You can even replace your income or add to it. But again, that's going to be up to you. Each division should have 3 subs, 2 more and 2 more, and 1 more after that. Here's the matrix. This is a matrix we built in my 2008 billionaire group for 6 months. This is how they did it. All right, creating lines of credit and having fun loaning out money, and they got 190,000 a month. There's one that shows 666,000. There's one that shows it weekly. So your divisions today, 3 or 500 bucks giveaway. Use Zelle, Ray Reynolds, recipient, ray@raisecredit.com. That Zelle has to be during the broadcast. If not, you don't get the goodies, you don't get the pricing. From there, 3rd quarter is ending, 4th quarter is beginning. That gives you 96 days left, 70 working days. Now, this is what I want you to pay attention to. This is the back of Bank of America Online, where they literally say an unsecured business line of credit. Banks give these things, from Bank of America to Wells Fargo to Chase, all right, to US Bank to Navy Fed and more. So that way you understand, this is called checkbook money. You don't have to pay anything until you write a check, but it's also write-off interest rate and credit card, up to $5.4 million. So corporation, 3 divisions on the same bank account. Is that okay with you? Now, I do have clients that want separate bank accounts. I say you don't need it, but then they run it that way too. Both ways work. To answer your question, does it, could you have separate bank accounts? Yes, you could. Okay, but again, that's up to you. Leveraging money is a different way. See, what happens is when you leverage money, you're taking a little bit of money and turn it into big money. Ray Reynolds, the Credit Hour, how can I help you? Well, the reality is divisions are going to give you more lives. The ability to try, and every card the corporation gets, you should always daisy chain it, which means flat out get another card, maintain the billing, separate billing, reapply. All right, you don't know how to do that. Well, that's why I do a class on that too. I have classes for everything I'm talking about. Those are specialties, because not everybody wants to be a millionaire corporation. Okay, all right, thank you for calling. So these people were taught how to take $1,000 and turn it into 1.25 million line of credit for the corporation. So understand, corporations in debt are a good thing, because the debt offsets the taxes and you build the business off borrowed money. Borrowed money is not taxable, so you play the game with a reference of 3. Our goal is every cash application requires a certified CFO. If you're going to do basically real estate, franchise, leveraging money, maybe profit sharing, when you use divisions, write down division or subsidiary is a bucket of money, please. See, what most people do is they take their personal credit, jack it up, and get stuck. And then they get stuck and they got to go, what to do next? Getting stuck sucks. All of you have done it. How's it feel? But if you use corporate credit, you borrow, this is corporate credit, you arrive at the interest rate and the credit card, line of credit. If you use this to build the business as a qualified CFO, you make it absorb the taxation. If you lose, you write it off and don't bring the pain home. It's a way to try. As long as we're trying, we're not dying. If we're not trying, we might as well be dead. That's how I look at it, but I've been fighting for my whole life. Again, you might want to buy your lifetime income. When I was at the bond adventure for 32 years, selling the Millionaire's Founders Kit, 12 books and CDs, full blueprint, I sold it for $5,000. That way you can understand how to get up to that first $1 million. It's a blueprint for that ultimate goal. But again, the office sells the blueprint, all 12 books and CDs, all right, for the same price I do, for $999, as long as it's a Zelle. There you go too. From there, we have to understand how to play. Now, if you want it today for free, all you'd have to do is get into the starter package as a new customer, or get into Millionaire in the Making, or upgrade your package. Now, we can all stand here like a bunch of silly people, okay? You brought the pain home because of the lack of knowledge. That means we have an SSN, tax, and probate when we die. We have an SS4, we don't pay tax till we're profitable. We have the right to do both and basically convert that in even to an S corporation, from C to S or LLC. So the bottom line is you can play with the IRS's rules. It's like if I write you a check for $1 million and you put it in your personal bank account, in the back of my mind I think that's stupid, because you'll only be able to keep $375. If you wrote and put it in a corporation, a division of you get to do all the things you're allowed to do before tax is considered. You could win the battle. Step number 8. Richard won Survivor the first show. He almost died twice on the show. Okay? Bottom line is he didn't listen. He pissed away the money. He was supposed to keep $375 to $450. That's it. The rest goes to the IRS. I told him to leverage the money. He could have turned it into 15 to 20 million before he spent it and still paid the tax. But again, 3.5 years in federal prison, 10 years probation, right back to prison for violating probation. Your choice simple. Here it is. Come on, let's look at it. There's the ones people will watch. Pay tax or buy a mansion. Pay tax or buy the neighborhood. Pay tax or buy a yacht. Why not? You watch them do it with a smile on their face. You can join the club if you want to. But everybody seems to be like Mary today. They jack up their cars from an 800 score and they drop it to a 591. Mary's restaurant filed bankruptcy. Why? It was a corporation. Her attorney helped set up the corporation, 10,000 retainers, CPA, 10,000 for that too. What do? They sit there going, beep, beep, beep. It's about it. Mary's restaurant filed bankruptcy, out of business. Because it's a corporation that went after Mary, she lost her home. If she had that restaurant as a division, all right, as a division or subsidiary, like your banks and grocery stores do, she could have got rid of a piece and not brought the pain to the corporate, to the family. Husband divorced her. He said, I didn't sign up for that. So you might want to learn from Mary's mistake. All right, a corporation should be a management company, managing division subsidiaries. See, your banks and grocery stores do this in your face. Branch number, tax ID, subsidiary. I'd like you to think about divisions and tax IDs and soon to be subsidiaries, but that's step number 9 today. I'd like you to think about cities that file bankruptcy. It's like, how do cities file bankruptcy? They're part of the system. Well, you have to understand, because you didn't look behind the curtain and understand that the United States of America incorporated, set up 50 corporations called states. States set up corporations called cities. You see, they create the line of defense because they invented the Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. Bankrupt the debt, stay in business. You could use the same rules and play the same game if you want to, instead of just following like sheep and not paying attention. Hey, you brought the pain home because you didn't bother to learn. Look behind the curtain. Apple files bankruptcy in '97. Bill Gates, indicted 4 times for a monopoly. What does he do to help Apple? He wrote a check, $150 million, off of a $1 billion line of credit, free money. He didn't let them pay the payment. So the bottom line is taxable money and borrowed money is not taxable. So you can learn to play if you want to. Why don't we get serious right here and think about SS and SS4? See, you're going to have to make a serious decision because the pain's always going to come back to you. This world is hell. When we die, we're in a better place. The devil's been trying to kill us all since day one. So your choice when blank hits the fan again, SSN, you and your family be ducks or a corporation, subsidiary, or division, because that's tax ID. You're going to make the right decision? I hope so the next time. Step 10. I'm lucky. This morning we're looking at Mike's database because I'm an affiliate, just 17 dashboards, 7 dashboards, 119 creditors. Okay, I'm looking, because I don't want to waste an inquiry. Mike kind of screwed up, jacked up with his cards, brought him down a week and a half ago. My dashboard lets me do a peekaboo and say, okay, it will be a yes 100%. Here's the card you get to pick. I don't get to guess. I don't have to do what you do and run all those damn inquiries and screw it up and bring your score down. It says yes. So I got him a green Spark card. But I've also popped him a gold American Express card and other cards too. As I line up here, I got to line up the corp and the divisions so we know what needs to be done. Each corporation and division should have its own line of credit, Sperry and Treasurer and Equifax, so you don't steal from the family anymore. It's about damn time. But again, I don't waste an inquiry like you do. What happens is, all right, some of you have a corporation before you met me. You spent thousands for a piece of paper, didn't learn diddly squat. I'll build you cash credit up to $1 million if you want. I'll even train you to be a qualified CFO, but you have to learn to play. Now, I'm going to tell you what to do, and you're going to have to follow through. If you don't follow through, what can I say? That's really on you. I can't force you to follow through. Bottom line is the specialist at 800-510-3338. So what happens is simple. This is the beginner package. It's called a starter package. Okay, so what we want to look at is this: credit rebuild, rapid score, 750, becoming a certified CFO. Don't have articles? Here they are for free. Also says tax ID, set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to build you $5,000 cash credit. I'm going to charge you $1,999. I'm your coach for 90 days. From there, I will train you to become that certified CFO. During the broadcast, I cut that in half to $999. So during the broadcast, you can save 50%. Only if you did it through me. You get a $5,000 credit line, so that's 5 times your money invested. From there, it's simple. During the broadcast only. Millionaire in the making, it's $4,999 because you're getting $25,000. Same goodies. I'm still your coach, but during the broadcast, I cut the price in half to you, $2,499, and I build you $25,000 of bonus cash credit. Now I got to be careful because, like on Melvin here, his gold card that I got him, the paid over time is $25,000. One card, you might just be done and go, well, one more, Ray. Well, the reality is that's why I always say more. So if you did either one of those, starter package or millionaire, you're getting the Millionaire's Founders Kit today for free. That's right, you're saving another $1,000 to motivate you to do it now, now, now. There's that Zelle, Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@richcredit.com. Bank transfer, deposit, or wire? Well, the reality is the transfer is fast, but then anything else, you're probably going to miss out the deadline because it's got to be done before I'm done talking. Simple. Specialist doesn't reach out to you, make sure you put them in check. Every couple of weeks, you reach out to them. Running your race, beating your doubt. Getting out of your own way, step 11 today. So getting past go. None of these things I had to rent, okay, under the corporate structure, me owned. Okay, no BS, factually verifiable. God's gift, Harbor, biggest house in the harbor, biggest U-Dock. RayReynoldsUniversity.com. Yachts, why not? Helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. Pay tax or buy a building, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini or Ferrari, buy a mansion, buy whatever you damn well please under the corporation. Seems to be what they do. Rebecca, God rest her soul, was killed at her front door in 1989 after the DMV sold her driver's license address to a crazy guy. So understand, I want you to listen. I want you to look up the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. I want you to live by Ray's rules. God and rules, God and rules. Stop bringing the pain home. Driver's license should say P.O. Box like mine does or mailing address. But that's up to you, step 12. Your goal is like when you buy a car. You do it the wrong way. You go there, you get sweated for 5 hours. You lose $5,000, you get 9 inquiries. If you're going to do it your way, at least put out the piece of paper and then you fill it and give it back. Next to your signature, write down allows 1 inquiry, please. Please take a picture so you can set the tone and say allows 1. Step 13. The goal is to stop bringing the pain home. Ultimate goal, car should be fleet price, tax ID, division. Every C-Pain attorney likes to argue with me about this. You can only write us so much. Then I explained slowly to them, it was purchased through the corporation and divisions. It's registered to a corporation and it's division. And then they have to accept the fact it's a complete write-off. Okay, becoming a qualified CFO. The registered owner being you, you're a duck. Division, they get diddly squat. Step 14, why not? Planning the problem. Always stopping the pain from coming home. House should be escrow, closed, homestead trust, car registered owner division. Cats have 9 lives. So today, I believe you should have 9 lives too. But again, division subsidiaries is how banks and grocery stores do it. All right, every division you have, think. You want to invest and have 10 properties, okay. Put 1 in each division because you don't know who's going to slip and fall and sue you. Your paycheck should be offset by your house payment. Amazon didn't pay tax on that first 10 billion to trillion. Why would they? They don't have to. So the goal is very simple. They're playing the game. Divisions need to be done now. From there, setting up the credit reports for each tax ID, tracking them as they grow as you get cards again and again. From there, it's usually 1,500 for 3. All right, today it's literally different. I'm going to want you to put a card for every division you get. No matter if you get 3, 6, or 9 pieces of property or franchise. I just want you to have more lives to try. See, lives, a corporation is a legal person. A division's under the umbrella, so it's a legal person too. But again, that's up to you as you play the game. Today, 3 divisions are $500. It's a giveaway. 9 or $999, $100 a piece. You will get the division and subdivision class for free if it is purchased online now. I've had 4 people yesterday, well, I did it the last week ago. I didn't offer it then. It's like buying a car and the next week they offer a CD or whatever they offered. You can't go back and say, please give me that too. It doesn't work that way. Today, you get that class for free on Saturday. If you did the 3 for $500, you get buckets of money. You save $300. If you did the 9, you're getting the financial series. How to Be the Bank, buckets of money, and tax balancing. So then that is free. You save $1,000 as you learn more, going up and away. Every division should have 3, 2, and 1 more, in my opinion. But you do what you want to do. The matrix of 4.6 million, creating up to 190,000 a month, is in buckets of money. So this is a Zelle, Ray Reynolds recipient, RayEraseCredit.com, period. From there, you see, all the ones you watch, rich and famous people, you highlight. You don't look behind their curtain either, which I believe you should. All right, they're not doing anything wrong. He can play with Twitter, he can play with that team. He still has a spaceship, and you don't. Other guy's got a spaceship, the other guy's got a spaceship. Why not? Bottom line is they don't pay tax, all right, because their dad offsets the taxes. You can learn to play the game too if you want to. But again, pay tax or buy another mansion, pay tax or buy the neighborhood, pay tax and buy a yacht. Why not? Again, join in the club. I'm online 6 days a week, 800-536-3216. The ability, 6 days a week you're stuck with me. Invite your friends and family. Rebuilding you, the basic 4. It's not easy, all right? But again, if we hold hands and sing Kumbaya, we can get through the process. We can get you all to millionaire status. There's 8 classes that I do in specialty. because not everybody wants to do all the specialties, but I think they should. Stock kit every 8 weeks. Real estate, nonprofit, tax balancing, Dun & Bradstreet. From there, getting that 100,000 of supply and vendor credit, divisions, subdivisions. Everyone getting a card and daisy chain in it. There's a daisy chain class. There's a leveraging class. This Saturday at 2:30 is divisions and subdivisions. Its cost is $4.99 by itself. All right, it's a Zell, or you can turn around and want divisions and get it for free. Credit repair, sorry, it's a fraud. 10 people a day call and tell us how they've been ripped off for anywhere from 1 to 4 years about these credit repair flaky companies. I don't know how people can act stupid. All right, it's an excuse. When you look at your credit card, you monitor your credit, and it's not going up, you should question what the hell they're doing for you. I mean, you can't hide under the blanket about the debt. Credit rebuilding works because you're part of the program. That's the bottom line. If we do it together, which means I'll tear them apart, I'll do the rapid rescore, I'll put you in class, teach you the rules and tools again and again. All right, every Saturday, I'll guarantee you $750 score. I'm going to charge you usually $9.99. During the broadcast, I discount it half price for $4.99. Give you $500 card to reimburse yourself so it becomes free. The ultimate goal is up to you, step 15. Specialist you'll be assigned to is to guide you through the process, pay for it, get to my classes, and help you as well. From there, starter package to millionaire. We have to rebuild the credit. We have to do rapid. We have to make them a qualified CFO. Has to be included. Articles, if you don't have them, here you are. Office's tax ID, set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, always with me live, $1,999. I get you $5,000 of credit, 2.5% of your money back. I'm your coach for 90 days. All right, I'll teach you to be the CFO. During the broadcast only, I cut the price in half, so you get $5,000 of credit, 5 times your investment back to you. Again, there's the ultimate goal. Millionaire in the making, $4,999. I'm going to build you bonus credit to $25,000. I cut the price in half again, $2,499, as long as it's sold during the broadcast. Either one of those, you get the Millionaires Founders Kit today, as long as it's a bonus and you do it during the broadcast again. It's a Zell. There's a Zell. There's me again, Ray Reynolds, recipient, and Ray at RaceCredit.com as we play the game. So remember, your specialist should reach out to you every week or two. If not, you call them up, you put them in check. Now, running your life through a corporation or in conjunction, all right, I believe that you should all do that, but it's your choice. So as we play the game, step 16 today, we become a certified CFO. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Your paycheck's taxable income, right? And then you pay after you get the leftover. Literally, don't spend on me today, please. Jesus, bless these computers. Okay, I don't like when it spins. It's terrible. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. You get your paycheck, you pay the tax, then you get the leftover, then you pay the car payment, the gas, registration, insurance. All that should be paid to the corporation before tax is considered. And you should be saying no about having a car in your name. It should be a corporate car like mine. Step 17, ultimate goal. So line 7 and line 10, I want you to pay attention. Line 10 is my favorite. Banking and credit purposes. This is the SS4 form. And there's 26 ways to use that form without screwing it up. All of you today can literally go to irs.gov. You can download the SS4 form and find out I'm factually verified telling you the truth. You don't have to be a duck. You can learn to play. But again, that's up to you. Rich and famous people do it every day. Your banks, your cities, your United States of America, they bankrupt 11 cities because they created the Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act. You or we the people, we have a constitutional right, but we have to exercise that right. But again, it's up to you. It's like when Nixon took the gold standard out. Every woman's handed an SSN form at the hospital for the baby. They're told because they have to send the SSN before the baby can be released from the hospital. Is the baby going to get a job? Oh, they're going to bond the baby at the 35 million a piece and print some more money. Okay. So we look at the, stroller, car seat, and then they get to go home. See, we have to realize there's rules to everything we do. Ray's rules in buying a house: escrow, close, homestead, trust. It's not in a trust. They sue you, they take it away. You die, it's stuck in a probate. Your family got diddly squat. You do it on a piece of property under a division, my way. If not, you hire the contractor that hires the subcontractors that stand outside Home Depot. When they slip, fall, and cut corners, they sue you and take everything you got. Doing it divisions and planning the problem, they're probably going to get diddly squat. Why not? I would look up your revocable trust as I was you, but do what you want. From there, that's basically step 19. Stop bringing the pain home. So if we look at this, and I get calls every day, Ray, I don't want to pay tax. My response is knock off the crap. Flat out. It's always knock off the crap. You cannot play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. You can play within the system. You can play by the rules. If you didn't, go to irs.gov, download a form called 656, 433A and B, get your butt back in the system, get that free money you're entitled to. That's step 20, by the way. Corporations pay tax when they're profitable. So if you want to buy at wholesale price and want to fix up properties, maybe you want to get up to 70% discount using divisions. You don't pay a bill for 30 to 60, 90 days anyway. Maybe escrow will pay off the debt when you close escrow, because they can, by the way. So if you have money left over, what are you going to do with it? I'm sorry, most people have money and then they kind of piss it away. I tell you to use Ray's rules, leverage some money, borrow money is not taxable, and the line of defense. By the way, that's step 21. I call it blackjack. Choice is up to you. See, as we play, it's like here, the Ray Reynolds University. I was in 3 other states. My office in One Technology Drive in Irvine Spectrum, 22,000 square feet. We're doing up to $1 million a day, helping people 6 days a week like you. Why God allowed me to lose everything and someone steal my life right in front of the world, coming back homeless and have to build it up again. Luckily, I knew how to build $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. You see, I had to build it again in front of you. So the reality is that means I'm an example to help you get through the process too. Okay? Because I did it again and again. I will tell you what to do. It's up to you to follow through. Checkbook money, 3 divisions on a bank account. No, you can have separate banks. I already answered the question, or you can have one. I'd rather have one. So line of defense, divisions, tax IDs, and management company. So if your corporation doesn't have divisions or subsidiaries, if they get sued, they sue you. Okay, step 22. I'd have division subsidiaries if I was you. Divisions are now, and now. Why? Because time is running out, period. Tax IDs, instead of 3 for $1,500 today, it's a giveaway. 3 for $500, that's it. 9 for $9.99, again, a giveaway. Bonuses today, you get division, subdivision class for free. All right, for either one of those, 3 or 9 you purchase. You get started, set up the credit lines, set up the line of defense, because that's the bucket of money book. We'll show you how to set up buckets and buckets. And normally $400. It's free today if you do the 3 divisions. If you do the 9, you're getting the financial series. That way you have the full financial series. How to be the bank, buckets of money, tax balancing, $9.99. All right, that is free today if you did the 9 divisions. The matrix of 4.6 million is in the bucket of money book, showing up to create up to $190,000 a month. It is a Zelle, Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@racecredit.com. All right, that's how you get your bonuses and discounts today. What are you willing to lose? I hope nothing. Family, never. Corp, they sue us? No. Divisions, yep. We want to be like grocery stores and banks and get rid of pieces if we have to and write it off on our taxes too. So at the end of the day, we all want to get checkmate. We're allowed to. Again, we can learn to play. Step 23, ultimate goal. Referrals, real referrals, you get 10%. Okay, Billy got up to $1 million of credit. He followed, all he wanted was for money. I billed him credit for every referral. So it's like this in the building in front of you in the car. I have the keys, but I don't own them. It's simple. So what do we look at is reaching the dream, think to be the impossible, using Ray's rules, All right, literally making millionaires, corp in 3 divisions, and they get trained to be a CFO, a real one today. So again, all right, never have joint credit, makes no sense. All right, authorized user makes no sense, it's called stupidity. The trade line crap's a joke, it's ridiculous. Self-funding is crap, it doesn't work, it's in the way. Don't you think as an affiliate and the underwriters we can see this? We're not stupid. Reality is it doesn't help you. Buying a house, that's your close homestead trust. Corporation, just a piece of paper. Divisions are for one reason: real estate, franchise, current business, line of defense. I give you bonus credit so you can write off on your business and finance it. Raise rules. That bonus credit should be used to finance the business, write it all off in interest rate. There's the ultimate goal. Step 24. Okay, as you go through the process today, remember, countdown scares me. 96 days left, 70 working days. You're out of time. You want the Millionaires Founders Kit today? It's $9.99. If you want it for free, just get into the starter package or Millionaire in the Making. From there, you got a specialist going to hold your hand too. 800-510-3338. Credit repair, I'm sorry, it's a joke. It does not work. Credit rebuilding, the only reason it works, we got classes, we got education, we're holding hands, we're doing the work together. Okay, 750 score. Instead of $9.99 today, rapid rescore and rebuilding, $750. Classes on Saturday, $500 cash card back to you. It's cut in half to $4.99. $500 card back to you, reimburse yourself. That's the way it plays. From here, starter package, rebuild the credit, $750. Articles free, also taxed in case you don't have them. Setup class on level 1 is every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 5,000 in credit. I'm your coach for 90 days, trying to get you to be that qualified CFO. During the broadcast, I cut the price in half, so that way it's 5 times your investment in the first place of $9.99. When we get Millionaires in the Making, that gets you 25,000 of bonus cash credit. All the same goodies is usually $4,999. Today, the discount is in half again, $24.99. That way you get 10 times your money back, not 5. And you get the Millionaires Founders Kit for free, either package starter or millionaire package, as long as it's Zell. Again, all of you need to be, want to be, and should be a corporate millionaire. It will take a corp in 3 divisions. Your banks and grocery stores do this in your face. Geico, Sam's Club, and cities. Your abilities to learn to play, never bring the pain home, become a certified CFO, reprogram your brain into millionaire status, see it, believe it, go get it. And that's what I think you need to do. Ultimate goal is very simple. Stay safe, stay strong, and understand today is very simple from here. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So at the end of the day, if you Zelle during the broadcast, you get the pricing and the bonuses. All right. If you did not, all right, you can call 800-510-3338, and they'll do the best that they can. They can't give my books and products away like I can. So the reality is then they'll make their commission because you're going to get it for the price that they can give you. The ultimate goal, it should have been Zelle during the broadcast. But again, that's pretty well up to you. So from here, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never, never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.